The whole Braves team is really clicking right now, and that offense has been going. This is encouraging, right? Both sides of the ball, offense and the pitching. Remember last year they started out 1-7 on the season. Well, this year a much different story. This looks like the old Braves that we're used to.
Braves have won the first two, and tonight going against them is the former Brave who came up through the Atlanta Braves organization, Michael Soroka.
He's a very different pitcher from when he was in the Atlanta Braves organization. You know, he was a heavy sinker ball pitcher early on with the success he did have with the Braves. Much more expanded arsenal.
And he freezes Riley to end the top of the first. Michael Soroka's good buddy, who he opposes tonight, Bryce Elder, gets the start for the Atlanta Braves.
He's looking to get the ball on the ground in this game. The sinker is exceptional, but I think the key for him is going to be the slider.
That was pretty nasty there from Bryce Elder.
Yeah, that breaking ball has some great depth to it, top to bottom.
Swinging at the 3-1 pitch, another opportunity for Yastrzemski. And Soroka and Elder strong in the first. We are scoreless after one at Chase Field. So second walk here through 5 hitters for Soroka. And 2 of the best in the game tonight between the Braves and Diamondbacks. Off the glove of Soroka. He recovers. Yastrzemski gets to second, 1 down.
Yeah, probable double play ball if he catches it originally.
So a runner in scoring position. Harris gives it a ride out to center field. Thomas is back and making the catch as he crashes into the wall.
And that ball had some carry on it because Thomas at first did not break back immediately. Perfect route to get to the wall in time.
Small sample size, but great numbers so far for Dom Smith.
Yeah, he puts together really good at-bats, does Dom Smith.
But instead, Smith slaps it through the left side. Yastrzemski is coming home, and the Braves grab the lead. And on the throw, Smith up 90 feet to second base. What an addition Dom Smith has been for the Atlanta Braves in the early part of this season. So the first run that Soroka has given up, Elder goes back to work against the middle part of the order in the bottom of the second. The catcher, Moreno. Elder with a 2-2 pitch. Up the middle. Solid single for Gabriel Moreno to start the bottom of the second.
You know, Atlanta has been throwing as early on. The rest of the league has a lot of fastballs to Nolan Arenado. The timing not quite there. He was out here early last night working really hard.
And he sneaks that up the middle by Ozzie Albies.
Yeah, one more fastball, and that's a good adjustment. The veteran gets it done right here. Not hit hard, but hey, put it in play. Good things happen.
And Jose Fernandez now squares to bunt. Lays down a beauty. Elder. Wide throw. 1 run is in. They're going to try for 2, and they get 2. All on a bunt by Fernandez.
The element of surprise. I mean, you will not often see a bunt in that position, but hey, it was perfectly placed. Great base running, by the way, by Arenado, who ran through a stop sign.
J.R. House had 2 hands up, and Arenado just kept going.
He's like, no, I've got this. I've been around long enough.
Acuna off to a cold start, so even though the Braves are 6-2, everything's been clicking. Their former MVP, their superstar, a little cold to begin the season. This 3-2 pitch misses up and in, so some command issues. Acuna takes off. Tag applied, they got him. Moreno with a strike, and just like that, Acuna is erased.
The transfer, the footwork, and the throw right on target.
And Tommy, think about Acuna during that MVP season, 73 stolen bases, but then another torn ACL, so now 2 of those. He says he's fully healthy, but that speed will be something to watch this year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's in the MVP year. He's, you know, top 80, 90 percentile in terms of speed. He's below average right now.
Matt Olson toward the gap. No one's going to get to this thing. Bouncing up against the 413 marker. What a series it's been for Olson. He has 2 homers and now 3 doubles here in the 3 games against Arizona. Now a couple of longtime friends squaring off here in Michael Soroka and Austin Riley. 2-2 pitch. A double by Olson, but nothing doing for Atlanta. Now we start the 5th. Soroka is back out there, but keep an eye on that pitch count because he's now at 80. 9-1-2 for Atlanta, starting with Dubon. Liner off the glove of Perdomo. Looked like he had it, but it popped out on him.
Yeah, he did have that one lined up, but just didn't stay in the glove. Make sure it's tight. Oh, I guess it did break.
It did.
Yeah.
It went right through. 105 off the bat. It is a single for Dubon, and it's a new glove. So now the Braves 2 on with 1 out.
And now you've got a red-hot Olson coming to the plate. I mean, this is the ultimate test for a pitcher. Third time through the lineup, as you mentioned, pitch count running up, hot hitter in the box, 2 runners on base. You've got to try to get him out in the strike zone.
Olsen ground ball. Taken by Fernandez to second for 1. Oh, it popped out of the glove of Soroka. They may have had him. And the inning continues. They are at the corners.
And I think you're right. I think that was the out to get them off the field, the second out. It's always a difficult play for pitchers. He hustles over there in time, but now you have to find base and ball at a similar time. Oh, doesn't look it into the glove.
Now you've got the tying run at third in Dubon, and Riley coming to the plate. Soroka's 0-2. Ground ball to the left side. The glove is clean this time for Perdomo. Soroka, 5 innings against his former club, and he exits with a 2-1 lead.
And I'll tell you a fascinating story. I'm going to give away a secret. If you're a sinker ball guy, which he probably is, mostly is, and you pitch for the Braves, who would you go talk to if you wanted to learn from the master?
Some guy that wore 3-1 back in the day?
You got it, Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux taught him that to throw his different pitches, his landing foot actually lands at a different spot. But depending on sinker, cutter, or slider, Bryce Elder will land in a different position. But it's a subtle difference. He doesn't mind me sharing it because the hitter can't see it.
But Elder is looking solid tonight. 6 strikeouts, even though his team's down 2-1. Elder back to work. His pitch count in a tremendous spot, less than 70. He's been efficient. It was his throwing error that helped the Diamondbacks score 2 in the second, and that's the difference in the game right now. 2-2 pitch, and he freezes. Ketel Marte.
Somewhere in Las Vegas, Greg Maddux is smiling. 2-seamer comeback. I told you, he can make that sinker do 2 different things. That's the comeback one that holds its plane but travels more horizontally.
And right now he's getting outs. 2 down. And he is striking guys out. If he's not striking them out, he's getting ground balls. Another inning in which Bryce Elder, the big Texan, retires them in order. But Elder, outside of that mistake where he had the throwing error, has been tremendous.
Yeah, this has been a well-pitched game on both sides. Really impressed with the efficiency of Elder.
Ground ball, Riley backhanding, throwing on the run. He made it look easy, but I assure you it was not.
Oh, that was beautiful. I'm sure Arenado in the other dugout gives a tip of the cap. The longest throw you can make as an infielder right here, going away from the bag. The long bounce, not the short bounce, the long bounce also makes it an easier pick.
Well, he now has 8 strikeouts, speaking of.
Aider from Decatur right there. Boy, that has been a great pitch for him today.
It's now 8 of his last 9 starts. He's gone at least 6 innings with 3 earned runs or fewer. You see no earned runs tonight, but yet again, it's Arizona right now with that 2-1 lead. Off the end of the bat, right back where it came from.
And another 1-2-3 inning for Bryce Elder. He's been superb. Another 1-2-3 frame. We go to the top of the 8th. 2-1 Arizona.
On to the 8th inning. Arizona nursing a 2-1 lead. And the new pitcher is Juan Murillo taking over here in the 8th for Arizona. And they got him to reach and slap it right back to the mound. Good pitch by Murillo. 1 away.
Yeah, that was the changeup. Broke his bat. Slow him down like that. Great pitch selection there. Again, pitcher and catcher working in tandem.
He got him. 98. Dooms Olsen. 2 away.
I just love the way Murillo and Moreno are working together here.
So 2 down, and here's Riley in on the hands. Behind home plate, is there room? There is. Moreno making the grab, and Murillo, just like last night, sets the Braves down in order in the 8th. It's Paul Sewald, and this is the guy who blew the save yesterday. Now he tries to make amends here on this Saturday here in the 9th. Starts by facing Yastrzemski.
Well, you know, with Yaz, you need to throw strikes.
Well, he gets an awkward swing on the sweeper. Down goes Yastrzemski. 1 away. Well, this bullpen has been tremendous. We mentioned that the Diamondbacks have had trouble in this area, but 10 straight retired by the Diamondback relievers here. And Sewald a pitch away from making it 11 straight. Big pitch. 3-2. Sewald to Albies with 1 down in the 9th. He struck him out, and he did it on the sweeper.
Guts. That's what he's got. I'm telling you, folks.
The Diamondbacks started the season out in LA against the Dodgers. They got swept. They came home, and then they swept the Tigers to get to 3-3. And then they lost the last 2 nights to Atlanta. But trying to right the ship here on this Saturday night. Another 3-2. In the air, out to center. This should do it. And the D-backs get the win. 2-1 over the Atlanta Braves as Sewald slams the door in the ninth.
Well, I'm telling you, folks, they've got something in Mike Soroka. That's something to build on, the kind of win a manager can look back on and say, that's the one that got us going.